You are once again welcome to Biafra Sunday School with us, the IPOB Truth Bearers. I and my comrades are here with you once again. And for the reason of doing what we know how to do the best, which is speaking the truth, supporting the truth, providing us with the truth, liberating us with the truth, destroying the camps of the enemies, destroying people's hypocrisy, nepotism, sentiment, lies, and deceptions, only with the truth, because the truth is our anchor. The truth is our utmost weapon, and the truth is the only weapon we have, because every reality is based on the truth, and our vision is based on the truth. Our mission is based on the truth because we are pursuing justice for all. So we, as the IPOB Truth Bearers, have come once again without sentiment, without hypocrisy, without nepotism, without looking at anybody's face, and without fear for anybody's threat, to come and deliver the truth regarding what had been happening around us within the week. And as you know, we will always play the message from our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So that is exactly what we are about to do once again. Liars are afraid of us. Deceivers are afraid of us. Even though they pretend that they do not care about us, yet whenever we make our videos, they will go and begin to analyze it. They will begin to pinpoint. We are the only broadcasting squad that debunk others, and others do not debunk us. All they do is trying to fabricate lies against us, but they have never succeeded by to lying against us, because our hands are clean, because we are whiter than white and we are whiter than snow, because we follow the footsteps of our great leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who had just begun this struggle and instigated all of us who had woken our consciousness, even those who were asleep, and like myself, who already know the troubles we were into, but I lack the capability to take the lead. Then when I saw Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is very, very positively unique from many others who had come before him, with the exception of our eternal leader, Odumegwu Ojukwu Emeka. So I came to trust Mazi Nnamdi Kanu regarding the leadership of this great movement of liberation. And we know his condition today. What is keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the dungeon of the Nigerian DSS? It is called injustice. Injustice is the meaning of Nigerian government. Injustice is the meaning of the Nigerian laws and the Nigerian, the mafias who call themselves the cabal. Injustice is their real identity. It is their attribute. It is their concept. It is their mission. Those who do not obey the law they make themselves, the law they are sworn in to protect, the law that should provide freedom, justice, and equity to every concerned person, to every indigenous person, and the humanity at large. So it is so obvious to us that the Nigerian law is made to favor some people and to oppress other people. That is what is being displayed just in our front, just before us, just before the public, and the world is keeping quiet over it, because there is what is called global conspiracy against us, the Biafrans. But how long should our people keep to remain gullible and ignorant of this reality and fact? So the ignorance must receive knowledge. They must receive awareness, and that is our duty. We don't care whether they want to learn or they do not want to learn. We compel them to learn by getting the proper information they need. Even the autopiloters, the IPOB truth bearers, they bear witness to us that we are genuine. They bear witness to us that we are innocent. They bear witness to us that we are truth bearers indeed. So we have come. We don't favor anybody, especially there is no preferential treatment to anybody, and there is no injustice from us against anybody, because the way we need the freedom, that is the way everybody needs the freedom. So what we do is, when we see things going wrong, whether it is from the autopiloters or whether it is from the IPOB truth bearers, we point them out and we trash it, while we tell them the truth on how things should be run, because we are in control of the psyche with which we pursue this Biafra struggle, no matter we are very, very few and the fewest among the broadcasting broadcasting factors. So it doesn't matter. What matters is our stand. Our stand is uprightness, the truth, and integrity. And that is the reason we keep winning. Nobody can hinder us, because they have nothing better to fight us than the truth. And we already possess the truth. We wear the truth like the cloth. The truth is our food. We drink the truth, we eat the truth, we sleep the truth, we breathe the truth. So how can anybody succeed to contradict us, to bring us down? It can never happen. So we have come again today. I am your serviceable servant, Evangelist Inyimakalu, who hails from Ohafia in Abia State and in Biafra land. I domicile in the city of Valencia, Spain, from where you are hearing my voice. Without further delay, we are expecting our veteran Silas Honor to join us any moment between the next 20 minutes. But at this point in time, I want to hand over the microphone to my comrade who is present, that is Mama Patricia Omre, to introduce herself properly, giving her preliminary word to Biafrans and to humanity at large. May we listen to her. Mama Patricia, go ahead. The microphone is there with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Collins. God bless you. Well, we have come again, Biafrans. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, according to your time zone. From here, I'm saying good afternoon. And we thank God today. Once again, He has enabled us to come here on our platform where we have agreed, vowed to work alongside with our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, whom we know that he is Nwachineke, whiter than white and whiter than snow, a pure heart and spirited man, a man that has the excellent spirit in him, given to him by God, Elohim himself, and mandated him at this very time to come and set the mankind free, to come and preach the gospel of liberation, emancipation, the gospel of freedom. And we all had him. And we all knew that he is worth hearing, because that truth he spoke was the same truth Moses spoke, the same truth John the Baptist preached, crying in the wilderness, on the street, everywhere, until those who were desirous of life, who were desirous of freedom, who loved truth and knew that truth is godly, they came around him, they listened to him, and they were changed, transformed. That is exactly what we here in this platform is doing. God sent Mazi to come and liberate Africa, the black man that his brain has been damaged, corrupted. God sent him at a timing, right time, and he came and he has given us that truth. That sword, which we will use it and destroy every lie, destroy every evil man. It doesn't matter how they want to establish. It doesn't matter how long they want to stubbornly stay. It doesn't matter how long they want to feed zoological Nigeria with fake news, propaganda. It doesn't matter how long they want to spoon feed a dead body. It doesn't matter how long they are trying to give life liquids, put Nigeria on life stand and be supporting it to revive. Our leader said it will never stand, it will never revive, it will never turn back again. And we all know when the prophet speaks, from the ones he has spoken, and we saw it happened in our very present. We know that what he said is true. Nobody in that zoological, in that area, no man, no woman can come and stand, not even the pastors. You see the whole zoological, not even the pastors there can come and withstand or challenge or doubt his word. Excuse me. So that same man that said Nigeria is dead, and we saw and we are seeing, we have confirmed that Nigeria is dead. That is his word that he put in us, he imbibed in us. That is why we are here. Because only truth will set mankind free, especially the African black man. Excuse me. Only truth. It was that same truth. He used it to destroy the zoological, destroy Britain, for trying to give birth to such an evil entity. And up till now, they want to continue giving it life support. Excuse me, I have a little cough. Bear with me.
Sorry.
So we have taken that truth on ourselves to walk alongside with him. We have received the truth and we are alive today. We can now see, like the old man in the blind man in the Bible, when they asked him, who made you to see? How did you come to be seen? Are you not the one that was born blind? He said, yes, it's me. So whatever you people say wrong about this man, I don't know. I've been Jesus Christ that made him to see. One thing I know is that I was once blind, now I can see. And nobody can change it for me. That is the same testimony we're saying. We have received the truth and we are working with that truth. Because man has cut the zoo in pieces. Our job now is to bury it, so that it will go there and be stinking, not in the place where human beings are living. So my people, my Biafrans, those that Mazi loved and is suffering in the dungeon, we have come for you people to remind us, every one of us, if you are a man or a woman, a Biafran, and you love freedom, and you are tired of the lies and what you're going through, running around in this platform, put in your opinion, because we have to share this news to our people, wherever they are. If they have forgotten what we were given to them, let them go back and pick it up. That zeal they have left aside, let them go and take it up. That truth, let them go and pick it up. Because it's time we should do something. Time have long passed anyway. But we can make it, even at this dying minute. We should stop listening to jargons from the politicians. They have tried And our people said, okay, let's see if they can offer something. I thank God that today they are confessing. Some of them are telling, Saludo, even those in IPOB, media warriors and leadership, and the rest of them. Those are sang Hosanna to Mars that left it and started singing Hosanna to the political solution. Those who went back to eat what they have vomited. Now they are saying, Soludo, we believed you, we trusted you that you will do something. Now you have disappointed us. And I laugh at them. Because when the prophet said that they were intellectuals, that we have nothing to do with them in this lifespan, because we have crossed the Rubicon, because of their hunger, insatiable desire for money, they left to focus and do what we are doing: referendum for Biafra, freedom for Biafra, emancipation for Biafra, and burying of the theological. Now they are coming back to now say, some people have disappointed us. Yes, they have not learned from that. They are now going after people, the murderer, the agent of the British government and the American government. And they are saying, he's very intelligent. When he come in, he might help us to get Biafra. I laugh at anybody who has this thinking faculty. Even those ones in the South Africa, and those many we are supporting them secretly. All the chiefs and SDS and the politicians working together. Mother has given you people the prophecy. As the other prophecies have been fulfilled, which we are seeing. He said anybody who has in his mind or action, whether you covered it or you did one thing or the other, trying to lay down this battle for our freedom, because a lot of things are happening to us. You suppose not to. Whoever among you, Biafrans, that is aiding and abetting to this, supporting the politician, supporting the zoological because of money. Mazen has given his pronouncement, and a prophet, what he said, God has signed it. That Chineke ga-akwụ and your generation. That's just what I will live with you to wait for, because you cannot escape it. But the remnant, it is time we get back and do the needful. My name is Patricia, and I'm from Anambra. Anambra is in Biafra now. I am a Biafra by birth, by blood, by water, by everything. God put me there, and at his right time, he brought Mazi to make that inheritance for us to possess it. That's what I've come to take, alongside with my brethren that have held on to the truth. So come along with us. We are here to portray all the lies that is flying from every nook and corner. We are here to expose them and then to uphold the truth that cannot be hidden or destroyed. Thank you as we move along.
Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. And the Biafrans, you have had it. And this is the reason we must keep winning. That is the reason nobody can bring us down, because we are selfless. The utmost selfless entity in this Biafra struggle are we, the IPOB truth bearers. We are not interested with any money that comes from the politicians. We are not interested to get anything from Charles Soludo. We are not interested to get anything from Andy Oba. We are not interested to get anything from Peter Obi regarding money or any favor that will make us to support him concerning the continuation of one Nigeria, which we are preaching against. And this is what the IPOB political solutionists go to do. They set one of their eyes to Biafra freedom they set the nets of their eyes in the pockets of the Nigerian politicians. But when they go and be disappointed, they will come back and begin to pretend, thinking that they are too smart, while they are gradually losing their relevance. Can you see their relevance being diminishing day after day? The truth may be delayed, but cannot be buried forever. Justice can be denied us, but justice can be delayed against us, but that justice cannot be denied from us, because the justice is our inheritance and we deserve it, because we are selfless, because but out of their sentiments, because we cannot support their evil and hypocrisy, they choose to be sidelining us in everything we do. But however, Biafra belongs to all of us, and they cannot impose their selfish will on us. That is the reason we keep battling it. We do not have ammunition. We do not have armor tankers like the Nigerian armies in the Biafra street, who cannot fight their fellow soldiers elsewhere. They are only so powerful in killing innocent citizens right inside the Biafra land, the streets of Biafra land. We do not have armor tank like them, but we have what is greater than that armor tank, and that is what is called the truth. Following our master, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, said he would destroy Nigeria with the truth. And we see it happening. It is bare before our eyes. So that is, we do what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu does. We are his absolute followers, and we have vowed that we can never betray him, neither betraying the Biafra struggle. So to continue with that, I will go into playing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message. Before we go direct to the message, as our custom is, we are going to pray with him.
Through which and by which you can listen to us. We are live and we are direct. The whole of humanity is listening and paying attention. And this is their radio station, especially belonging to those of us in IPOB. This is Radio Biafra. I will proceed, of course, to pray, to acknowledge the mercy, the grace, the magnificence, the benevolence, the kindness, and the love of the Most High, Chukwukika Biama, towards his children. And the best way for us to express our gratitude is by offering him praise and offering him every adulation. This evening will not be an exception. Therefore, as always, we pray on this very platform. We say, Our Father, who resideth in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those who sin against us. Lead us not into temptation. Deliver us from evil. Deliver us from evil, we pray. Chukwu Abịama, we have evil around us. Zoological Republic of Nigeria. Please put this entity of hell to shame. We are gathered this evening to listen to your word and to your gospel. We are gathered that you may bless your inheritance. We are gathered to remind you that you liveth forever and ever. Your abode is heaven, this very earth, your footstool. To remember your children and come to their rescue. To look upon our affliction, our suffering, our pain and anguish. To look at us, gnashing our teeth. To see the subjugation and the degradation your children endure on a daily basis at the hands of those who don't even know you, at the hands of those who are not worthy to be called your children. That wasn't your intention for us. That was not your plan, because you wish that we shall live in peace, in harmony with progress and development. But those that surround us are today our lords and our masters, not through any device or capability of theirs, because they tried to invade us before but failed due to your grace. It is through the white man that brought Christianity with them. They gave us the Bible, they handed us over to Quran. That is exactly what they have done, precisely what's against the rule book. We ask you to please come and be merciful. Come and be kind to your children. We are here waiting earnestly for this very miracle that you are performing in our time. We must also thank you for all the wonderful things you have been able to use us to accomplish and to be able to do. Because all over the world today, there is Biafra everywhere. Without your mercy, without the fortitude and the grace which you gave to IPOB, Radio Biafra, the whole world today will not know about you and who you are. As we said, the more you bless us, the more we spread your gospel, the more humanity understands who you are. The more they will know your name, the more they will come to revere it. Because as we said, through us mankind shall see the light. That is why we are the light of the whole world. That is why we exist. That is why we have brought light where there is darkness. That is why anywhere there is hopelessness, especially in the damnable zoological republic, we bring hope. Where there is destitution, we bring succor. Where there is homelessness, we provide shelter. Where there is anguish, we try as much as possible to bring joy. Where there is acute marginalization, we try to bring in inclusion. We have come that this gospel may nourish the souls of those without hope. They may nourish the hopes and the souls of those of them with nobody to turn to apart from thee. Don't turn us away in your anger. We have fallen short, of course, because we are sinful. We are born of flesh, and we have to be. But due to your mercy, you lifted us up. You cleansed us. You made us whole once again. And we are here to preach this gospel, that your name and your name alone may be praised. That Biafra will come in the end, that everything that lives on the surface of this very planet will look towards the east. And there we can see the goodness of this dear God. We can see his holiness. We can see his might and his strength. Because even if the whole world were to conspire against your creation, you are creation yourself, you will prevail against them. Come and fight for us, because we cannot fight. Come and drive away the enemies of your children, because they outnumber us. Come and restore your inheritance. Make us the guardians of your inheritance. We know who you are. We know the name that even the angels that surround you right now, what they call you. We know how they worship you. We know that very well. At the end, only you and you alone will accept every of our prayer. Anytime we bend down on our bended knees to pray to you, anytime we lift up our hands in prayer or in praise, anytime we cry for joy or in pain and anguish, because we are seeking one favor or the other before you, everything that we are today, that we were yesterday and likely to become in the future, we unremittingly and unreservedly hand over to you for your safekeeping, because we are nothing without thee. Because you are baby. N'ịhụnanya nke gị pụrụ iche na mmeso ọma gị Chineke ga-anọ n'ime etiti ụmụ gị bụ ndị indigenous people of Biafra si ugbu a ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ịhụnanya nke gị pụrụ iche na ọdịmma nke gị na ngọzi nke gị pụrụ iche onye nwe m na Chineke ga-anọgide n'etiti ụmụ gị si ugbu a ruo mgbe ebighị ebi. Ise. Amen. Ise. Towards the end of that prayer, I had to pray in the language of heaven. Amen. You must forgive me if you didn't quite understand that. I was in communion with the angels of heaven. I were now by the greatest peace there. Buhari came in, he's now saying Buhari is a repented man, is a changed man. What has this repented man said or done? He is telling us that economic growth not translating to improve wealth.
So, Mama Patricia, the Biafrans at large, we have concluded with the prayer. I am now playing the major message for today. So I'll be playing it like 10 minutes thereafter our proper analysis begins.
If you are reading this garbage from outside the zoological republic, you will think that the zoo that the British created called Nigeria, inhabited by monkeys and baboons, that somehow they have an economy. No, they don't. They have what is called a rentier economy. There is a difference between an economy and rentier economy. Rentier economy is where you sell, it's like a banana republic, but only this time around with crude oil. You sell only one produce. And from there, you get or you purchase everything else you're looking for, including toothpick from abroad, which is also imported. Economic growth, they are saying. My question to Buhari is that you are sounding like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. Which economic growth? Which sector is growing? Oh, I'm sorry, maybe the fraud sector or the election tribunal sector. As I said this evening, you will now see that Radio Biafra is where they all get their news from. We tell them what to do and they do it. This evening, I will prove it to you as we go along. Buhari is talking about economic growth not translating to improved well-being. What this liar is saying, an Islamic liar for that matter, is that somehow you can convince idiots that the zoo called Nigeria has an economy that is growing. My question is, can you please give us an economic breakdown of just give a GDP? Tell us which sector is growing. Nobody is buying, the greatest earner you have is crude oil. Nobody is buying crude oil. You are no longer allowed to export foodstuffs to Europe. For people in the diaspora that may want to buy a goosey or yam, Ghana has overtaken you on that. You don't export palm oil. Malaysia is on top. So what do you, I forgot, fraud and stealing, corruption and looting. Maybe that was what he meant. That the looting, the corruption in the zoo being perpetrated by themselves has not translated to economic well-being for the rest of the people. How can it be? You are stealing all the money. How can it therefore transform into economic well-being? It is not possible. Never, ever possible, I tell you. Economic growth not translating to improved well-being, according to the Dulad of Dawa, according to the Dulad himself. We must continue. Liars and cheats, as if Nigeria has an economy. There is no economy in the zoo. They make nothing. They steal and they export all the money to foreign bank accounts. That is how useless they are. This man is talking about economy as if he understands economy. Can you tell me maybe Dangote importing rice, salt, and sugar alone represents an economy? Or maybe slapping on VAT on alcohol constitutes an economy. Who knows? There is no economy in the zoo. It is collapsing whatever there is left. The only thing that sustains the zoo is those who are in the diaspora sending money via MoneyGram, Western Union, RIA, and all the rest of the money transfer agencies that you have all over the world. That dollar you are sending back is what is sustaining the zoo. That is all. Nothing more, nothing less. Economy, my foot. Where's the economy? Economic growth. Where is, people are lying. Where is the growth? In which sector? That is how you break it down. They think we are not learned. Any idiot can rise up and utter whatever rubbish. I have warned all these Yoruba, Lagos Ibadan Expressway newspapers. If you write rubbish, we shred it here. Before you make any pronouncements on politics or economy, you must verify your facts very well, because we'll shred you. Buhari, which economy is growing? I'm asking you before the whole world to tell mankind which economy. That is how you people become liars. That is why when you present a very valid point to an animal in the zoo, they never debate that very point. Today I wrote, and quite rightly so, that I've been thinking and wondering why Black people in Africa accepted the boundaries drawn up for them by white people. Why should white people come to Africa and decide who forms a country or who should be in a country and who shouldn't be? Why must you allow people that have nothing in common with you to determine your fate and your future? It just occurred to me because people cannot reason. That is why I call them baboons and monkeys. Black Africans are backwards intellectually. And unless they listen to Radio Biafra and begin to repent, unless they come here and confess their ignorance and stupidity, behold, they have no future, I tell you. The black race is dead, as useless as ever. I want you as a black African to go to Europe and try to change their boundaries. You see what they will do to you. You want war here. That you allow the white man to come and define your geopolitical space because you're daft. When our Hausa people read it, they couldn't debate the points being made. Hey, your mama, your papa, is you. You are traveling with Nigerian party. No, look at the monkeys in Africa that you want me to be in the same country with. That is why they don't know the meaning of the word legislation. They don't know what lawmaking is all about through democratic process. But here we educate them. Here we teach them. South Africa is now making a mockery of the zoo called Nigeria. Do you know why? I told you that by the time we are finished with Nigeria, oh dear me. Did I not tell you before a few weeks ago that they will be worth nothing before the world? People will look at them with derision. When you look at somebody and you say, are you a Nigerian? The person will tell you, no, I'm not. They will have no faith to come out in the public and say, I am a Nigerian. And it's beginning to happen. That is what you have done, IPOB, Radio Biafra. You've done something that was impossible for anybody. Nobody can. You can't do it. Nobody can. This particular thing we are doing, unless heaven. Go and do the, you cannot. I said to the zoo, you will be destroyed. The only weapon we have is the truth. Is your Chineke. Nothing more, nothing less. And today there is proof in what I'm telling you. Because right now, stolen funds is the key all over the world. South Africa is making a mockery of the zoo. Not minding that they have their own baboon in the shape of Jacob Zuma, another incompetent player is a black man. What do you expect? Incompetent buffoon he is. A South African online media outfit, Mail and Guardian Africa, my goodness me, came after the zoo saying the money eaten there is bigger than the gross domestic product of 38 countries in Africa. And it's correct. The amount of money being stolen by this so-called elite politician can feed 38 countries in all of Africa. Stolen money, stolen. That is to tell you how dark, how black the minds of these people are. Very, very evil, satanic people. But I'm very glad that thanks to Radio Biafra IPOB, the whole world is now realizing to the point that they're now making fun of the baboons and monkeys that call themselves Nigerians. I promised you that we will destroy the zoo. It will be worth nothing. Very soon, Cameron and Obama and their associates, they will give up on the zoo. Thanks to this radio, because of Radio Biafra, everybody dealing with the zoo will abandon them. And when you're looking at Buhari, what you'll be seeing in your head is the picture of a baboon, a monkey. As you're looking at him, the picture forming in your head is that of a wild animal in Serengeti. I'm telling you, we will deal with them. Don't worry about that. This is Radio Biafra. South Africa is making fun of them, and rightfully so. Why shouldn't anybody make fun of them? They are baboons and they are monkeys. They loot, they cheat, they pillage, they steal, they rape little children. And they bank all the money abroad. Who is that person? A Nigerian politician. That's how you know them. Rogues in the ocean. After stealing, they send policemen to go and hunt people speaking the truth. That is what I find despicable about black people. And that is even why I resent these idiots in police uniform more than anything else. They are fools. The person sending you to go and look for IPOB meeting, arrest them, shoot them, the idiot are abroad. That very fool has stolen your money, your future. Your sister or your brother who is the teacher cannot get paid. But when the same person responsible for poverty in your family sends you to go somewhere, you run somewhere looking for who to shoot. Are you not an idiot? Police, you have no brain. The person sending you to go and look for IPOB, look for those doing Biafra, see if you can poison them. If you cannot poison them, you shoot them. Oh, he has not even paid your sister who is the teacher, or your brother who is the doctor, or a nurse. They have not been paid though. The road on your street is not built. But the money to build the road on your street is in Swiss bank account somewhere in the name of Muhammadu Buhari. But I don't blame you. Do you know why I don't blame you? As a black man or black woman in police or army, is because you are an animal. You cannot reason. Because believe you me, if you have the brain to reason, if Buhari sends you to go and shoot anybody, oh, look for Nnamdi Kanu, he's giving me problem. You turn around and you shoot him first. The man is your problem. Anybody sending you to go and kill somebody else, that person is your problem. Turn around and shoot that person dead. That's your guy. They are the problem. They come to you with this nonsense. Oh, this Nigeria integrity. It is the duty of the army to maintain the integrity. It's rubbish. I say nonsensical nonsense, garbage. If it is, then Soviet Union should have been won. I know I should be affected more than most, because like the barrister will always say, when one is in full flight, any interruption can feel like a deadly blow. I tell you that. But we must continue. We are working for a very special group of people. We are working for those designed and born by heaven itself. The most high Chukwuka Biama created Biafrans. I mean, the genuine was one day I was not those fathered by our Fulani men. We must continue. And as we continue, we ask you to pay particular attention to our gospel this very evening, because it's carrying with it fire and brimstone, I tell you, to destroy every iniquitous human being, every plan of the enemy to try to circumvent or subvert the will of the Most High. We crush it into the dust. We do so with the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. This Radio Biafra welcome you back.
God bless you. God bless you. Comrades, are you available?
Yeah.
Patricia, Veteran Silas.
Yes. Yes.
God bless you. Good. Veteran, you are welcome. So I announced to Biafrans and the world at large that you'll be joining us later on, and finally you are here. So Mama Patricia, let me begin with you. From the message we have just listened to. So there are points, at least I've taken like 9 points. Let us go as far as we can. You say, Black Africans are backward intellectually. That is why they accept colonial boundaries. That is why they accept colonial boundaries. These colonial boundaries, like we have what is called African countries, and they begin to divide us in many ways. The example is that the Yoruba people are one people. But today we have Benin Republic, then we have the Yorubas in the area they call Nigeria. These people are the same people. Their indigenous language is Yoruba, but colonial demarcation, colonial boundaries have demarcated them. These people are now colonized with English, while the other people are now colonized with French, Togo, and the rest of them. This is just a typical example. And that is how it had been done in all of the rest African countries. And our ancestors who welcomed these colonists, they made the mistake of not reasoning appropriately the way they should reason to resist it. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just giving us some undeniable examples why he said that black people are backward intellectually. And being disappointed, he said that is why he called them black monkeys and baboons. And he is not even the first person that called them so, even the colonists. And the reason is because anyone or any people who can deceive other people, like the colonists have been doing to Africans, can never respect those they deceive. So, Mama Patricia, Veteran, you're highly welcome. May God bless you. So, Mama Patricia.
Thank you.
Okay. So, then that is the one point. We are going to talk about black Africans being backward intellectually. And that is why they accept colonial boundaries. They talk about how the colonial boundaries have been affecting us. And it is just about divide and conquer. Second point, IPOB will make Nigeria irrelevant. Is that really true? And in which ways is this word manifesting? And what is the state of Nigeria regarding the effect of IPOB? The third point, no other people can do what IPOB does. In which ways? Mama Patricia, take over the microphone. What do you think IPOB do that are so unique that no other people can do? How had IPOB be affecting Nigeria to destroying Nigeria with the truth and good work? And what is the negative effects, as much as you can relate to, concerning the Africans being backward intellectually to accepting colonial boundaries? Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Collins.
God bless you.
Of course, nobody can argue with what the mastery of special intelligence, special spirit like man, because his own is seeing and believing. That is his own. He said with facts and figures, he will show it there. He makes his research very well. Plus the special intelligence that God always gives to those he calls to come and do a special mission. God equips them. Have we forgotten when the women sang the song? Ọmalịcha nwa Chineke zitere anyị ka o wee dozie ụmụ mmadụ. And they sang okwu ọnụ ya tam tam, iju ụkwụ ya tam tam, brain ya computer. So you only see this kind of special intelligence and wisdom from God. We heard him when he said, if God doesn't call you and give you the power, so this wisdom he's bringing out, it is not from him. God equips the instruments that he wants to use and make a difference. Check it throughout the history. Have you seen any man that God appointed for a special mission and you see him falling below? He's always the head, not to the tail. So Mazen have said it that Nigeria will be destroyed with the truth. And when he finished dealing with them, nothing will be left of them anymore. And that is it. That is why I am sorry for those who are still trying to, by all their juju concoctions and fraudulent evil living, think that with these magics that they can put zoological in a life support. Excuse me. They cannot. There's nothing to be done, whether from Satan's throne or from Britain, their agent, or even from the zoo. Nobody will do anything for Nigeria. It is gone and buried. Them holding Mazen Nandekano, thinking, he has to be there. Because when he's there in the prison, he can resuscitate this zoo. We can make it go along. We can continue with our election and our government. Nothing can be done anymore. It's done. It's done. Just like Buhari is done, dead in the grave, shallow grave in Sudan, and all the evil ones that were with him. So that is the same way that they are going to see the remaining of Nigeria. So, from your question, he said that the Nigerians or black men, they don't have
black Africans are
Africans, okay. Africans as a whole are intellectually bankrupt. It is true. Are we not seeing it? Which of the countries that are outside Africa, which the colonized, that are still under their beck and call, which, name them, you can't see anyone. They purposely fix Africa this way. We've had it from them, that they don't want Africa to rise. Because if Africa rise, they are gone. These are the colonial masters saying this. As they went to, is it at Berlin or where they start and discussed and brought African man before them at the table. Each of them.
Berlin Conference,
okay.
1884. Go ahead.
Thank you. So they divided Africa like you were saying, and each of their components took the part they want to as a commodity. So in that way, they denied them education. They denied them, that is, the dignity that every human being that God created should have. They denied them everything. They brought out the little education that they can learn. And what is that one? To learn the language of those their colonial masters. Because their colonial masters can't learn their own. They have to bring special people who will interpret it today. Is it not an animal that you can get an animal and tame an animal and make an animal to sit one place or go out or do what and bear the name? It's an animal. And when Mazi calls them zoo, when Mazi calls them animals, they have the God to say that he is insulting them, that he is arrogant. But now they have seen the arrogant and the insult with their own naked eyes. If Africans were intelligent, they wouldn't allow white people to come and pick few of them and make them masters over their own people and be enjoying their wealth while they are living in poverty. That means intellectually they are bankrupt. No wonder Mars, after looking at them and all the education, he said that they were all intellectuals. They weren't studying with their brain. They were studying with their back. And that is it. That is it. There's no two ways about it. It doesn't matter how fluent, how excellent, how Queen's English, just like Soludo and the rest of them. All of them, they study this, they study this, they have PhD here, they have PhD there. And they allow children to come and dictate to them, like the president of France. Or is it the ones of England? Huh? Maybe these people didn't even have that, their educational qualification. And they're allowing them to treat them like dogs. Bamboons. That's what they are. They have no sense. How can you be intelligent and you are being divided? Excuse me. Excuse me. The same Yoruba, like you gave example, call it. Some are in French-speaking country. Some are in another area. The same family, the same group, the same ethnic kind. How can it be? Is there any intelligence to be found in this? No. So Mazi is correct. And he said, after dealing with the zoo, with this truth, with this education that he brought, that the zoo will not have any place again to stand. They won't have any place to hide their fraudulent, evil lies anymore. They will not. So that is the truth. We're seeing it, and he did it. And zoo is no more. In fact, IPOB, with what Mazi established and was doing, we saw how every truth was spread in the media. Before Mazi, was there any time that you see media going viral? No. Mazi introduced it. So everybody now has used it to make the world to know what is happening. And that is IPOB that started it. That was IPOB on the radio Biafra. And internationally, they were hearing. Media, we are hearing everything happening. It was IPOB. At the time, Mazi was around. Not now that they are there gossiping, showcasing their stupidity, fighting among themselves instead of fighting the enemy, trying to go into the privacy of their brother and sister, just like the other one we saw last week in the white bed talking, and the rest of them. Some of them will come and balance in their studio, put it in a very nice, expensive manner, and tell you that they are doing media. That is not what Mazi brought that education for. When he brought it, it's for us to research the secret meetings or laws or whatever the evil Nigeria was doing, and expose it to the world. You know how they are coming in and how they are bringing weapons. That is what the IPOB with Mazi was doing then. And the zoos were running helter-skelter. Anything Mazi have researched and said the way out, they will either go and correct it or they will turn to another one. There wasn't anything that they came out to put straight. That is the work of IPOB there. But now, what are they doing? What are the IPOB doing? Is to tell us how rich they are. Is to tell us how their brother did this and did that. Is to tell us how they belong. Is to tell us how wealthy they are, how respectable they are. So Mazi is correct, because nobody can even, not even any word that comes out from his mouth is gospel. If you like, you deny it. If you like, you kick it. If you like, you argue it. At the end of the day, the same thing will come back and agree with him 100 times more than he even said, because you have seen it. So Biafra, IPOB, they are the ones that kept Nigeria secret dealings, exposed what the colonialists did. Nobody was able to find out that. Mazi researched with the truth, because it's only truth that can expose the evil hidden things and bring them to shame. That was what Mazi did, and I thank God he did that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then, before you end, before you round up for now, I want to ask you, because there is a point you made. It's a selfish Africans delight in being feudal puppet leaders to the colonists. And this is a factor I have been talking about with many people here in Valencia City. Because when they try to influence me, trying to convince me to support obedient movement, I tell them no. Some of them misinterpreted it that I just hated Obi, or I am trying to envy them for supporting Obi. I said no, that is not the truth. The truth is that Obi is a puppet leader to the colonists. He loves it, not because of the well-being of the people, but for his selfish interest. And you have just hit the same point. I told them I'm against the Obi movement because I know where everything will end. It is all about them. Then they ask me, if Obi does not go, another leader, another person will go. So how can they escape it? I tell them it is about their selfishness. The reason the colonies keep sustaining their colonialism in Africa is that all of us Africans cannot make up our mind like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and like us, the IPOB truth bearers, to say no. As I speak, if Nigerian government want to make me a political leader, I will say no. I'm being honest with you. If Britain wants to choose me, to support me, to rig election in my favor, so that I will become a millionaire overnight, I will say no. But how many people among Africans can do that? Because as soon as I say yes, I have supported the sustenance. And that is what all of the African leaders have been doing all this while. Their logic or their rhetoric is, if I don't take the opportunity, they see it as opportunity, another person will take it. And they keep dangling around the circle while they know that is not really the solution. Then you made mention of IPOB and in the Biafra struggle. And I have seen people from the Biafra struggle working with the Nigerian government. And I come to believe that these people are still puppets to sustaining. And some of them are even aiming to get connected to the politicians, to get favored. And some of them can turn to Nigerian politicians overnight if they see the favor they are looking for. So then I began to see that what I've been saying all this while have been right. So am I really right or am I wrong? And which other various way are Africans, because this is not just about IPOB and Biafra, it's about Africa. Which other ways are they sustaining religiously and otherwise colonizing our people and to the favor of the colonists and to the detriment of our people? Just talk about this within 2 to 3 minutes, then I'll go over to Mazi Silas.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, not only, like you said, it's not only IPOB or the zoo where we are, but the rest of the Africans. When Mazi said that their intelligence is backward, when he used the word that we understand very well, that they all intellectuals, you can see to that very well. When any of the white Western colonialists calls any of these African leaders and promises them something, like the Ghana one or the South Africa that Mazi mentioned, that is another of the intellectual and the zombie around. They agree to their white counter masters. They agree to let their wealth in their place to be taken away, or be the head in any of the companies that they have in their country, while their own people are subjugated. They allow these white people to tell them about how their laws will be or how the educations will be. or how they will do one thing or the other. And they don't think that they are serving these white people, not their people. And they're supposed to serve their people. They forgot that the democracy that this Western colonialists brought to them is fake. They forgot that, like Mazi said, they brought religion, the Bible, and gave to them, maybe to calm them down. So that when they are slapped one side, they turn the other side. And then they use Quran and give to the ones that will be killing them. Are we not seeing killings all over African countries? Killings everywhere. That is what Mazi is talking about. And that is what we're seeing. Their children are traveling out to find a better living. How would the sons of any country or children of any country be traveling out when that country, the resources there is what this Western world has, living larger. And their children are left with nothing, and they now travel out to make a living, and they die in the sea. And nobody talks about it. Nobody cares. And their own people, being the leaders, are seeing these things. They don't care because they promised their family heaven on earth. Excuse me. So that is the thing. That's what we're seeing. It's all over Africa, not just in the zoo. They have sold their hearts. They have sold their dignity to the colonialists. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Then I want to point out one fact about the issue of giving out the Bible and handing us over to the Quran for destruction. We are to be realistic concerning the issue of manipulation, and the Satan is at work. One thing we should know is that Satan wants to sabotage every good work of God and of Jesus Christ, and they have countermeasure to everything God has done and what God is doing. So to be honest with you, you as a Christian, you know quite well that the real Christianity is made for building, for moral development, for building us morally so that we can behave properly. And that is the will of God for all humanity. Then if you ask the Muslims, they will tell you that the real Islam does not preach violence. Rather, there are violent people who have infiltrated the Islam, using it as a means for terrorism. So that is one thing. Then I would divide between the colonial missionaries and the colonial.
Can we go ahead and forget about that?
Yes, I'm coming. The colonists we are not Christians. Rather, they come for stealing, for killing, for destruction. And they see that Christianity is a moving train. They hide themselves in the guise of Christianity to give, because no real person, Christ can never give anybody Bible and hand the person over to Quran. So those are fake. So we cannot measure Christianity with the fake ones. We will measure them that Christ said, let everybody keep silent. And the issue of when they slap you at one cheek, it is talking about being enduring. And he was talking specifically to the disciples. He is not talking generally to the world. Anybody can defend himself whichever way he wants, but he's talking to those who listen to him. So anybody who does not believe in Christianity is not among those Christ is talking. The person can go ahead defending himself. And we Christians, it is about in the process of preaching the word of God and not for any other affair. So, veteran, you are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. May God bless you. May God bless you. You are welcome. So you will do three things in a row. First of all, your personal introduction, your preliminary words to Biafran, and from the video we have played, you are going to take your own 3 points, which is the first one: looted fund in Nigeria can feed 38 African countries. only looted fund. We are not talking about when these funds are invested into industrialization, into education, and many other factors of development. The fund that is looted in Nigeria alone can feed 38 African countries, while Africa as a whole has 54 countries, meaning that the money that is being looted from like Cameroon can feed the rest, the remaining the remaining 16 African countries, meaning that 2 countries in Africa alone can feed the entirety of Africa, but Africa still remains poor, while other continents are flourishing. So what are the causes, and where are we getting it wrong, and why are things going the way they are going while we have the so-called African leaders? Then second point, South Africa makes mockery of Nigeria. They make mockery of Nigeria, even though they have their own monkeys and baboons, according to Mazi, as leaders. So this is to say, no matter how backward they may be, they are far better than Nigeria. So then your third point is foolishness of Nigerian police and Nigerian army by obeying the government that cause and sustain their poverty. The Nigerian government caused their poverty, sustaining their poverty. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu giving examples with the same Nigerian government who will withhold the salaries they should pay to their brothers and sisters working in different government factors of industries and whatever. Then they will render the army and the police poor without for not paying them well. Yet they will always send them against those who speak the truth to expose their evil. So, veteran, take over the microphone for these 3 things.
Thank you very much.
God bless you.
Evangelist.
God bless you.
Dear friends, I'm very sorry for coming late. It is yet another day of evangelism. Another day when we come to encourage all of us. I greet you all. I greet you all for your steadfastness to this purpose of liberation. Our leader is a prophet of liberation, a prophet of freedom, sent by God himself, sent by Chukwu Okike Abiam. Like Jeremiah, like Moses, and like other prophets, he hesitated to pick up this service. But God told him, go ahead. I am with you. I have equipped you and I am with you. And like he told Joshua, no man born of a woman can kill you or can stand before you. Dear friends, if you have eyes, if you have ears, you will see all this happening in the life of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the lion of the tribe of Biafra, the terror of the zoo. Otu onye na-eshiri ọha anyị, otu onye na-asị bịaruole, ọha na-asị bịaruole, Ọhamadike one of Biafra land. The only man that can never succumb to corruption, the only man that is faithful and sincere and pure in all his dealings. Jesus himself said, that he has no property of the devil. Why would he fear the devil? And so our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is also standing on this. And is saying it's supposed to have no property of the zoo. Why will I fear the zoo? I have no property of any man, any evil. Why would I fear one with God is majority? It doesn't matter how many people gather. It doesn't matter how many people conspire, how many nations conspire to do away with him. God is with him, and they can never do it. Because I am saying, it is very clear that the world has conspired against this man. This is why they block their ears and close their eyes to the truth, to the event that is just very clear. Why wouldn't the UN come out clear? Because they are part of the conspiracy. Why wouldn't EU come out? Because they are part of the conspiracy. Why would we continue to write to the European Union, to the United Nations, to this and that, when our leader have told us that right is not the case, it's not going to solve anything, and yet we continue to write? Are we writing to do what? To impress who? Are we speaking this grammar, writing this grammar to impress who? Is it not funny that we say we are with our leader, and yet we don't obey our leader? Our leader said he was advised by even one of the members of the EU to stop this trash of writing. That all the letters are trashed. They are garbage. That is better. Look for a better way of affronting his problem, rather than looking for people, rather than crying to people for help in the name of writing and the complaining and the petitions. So, my brothers and sisters, it is a case of anger. I have said it from the beginning. We have been pushed to the wall enough that we should be angry and exploit those things which our leader have laid down. Our leader said, if he is not seen under 24 hours, let something happen. Is it writing letter? Is that what is happening? Is it 100 million mile march to eat fish and sleep in the hotels? Is that what our leader called for? Is it the president Obi? If not for IPOB, is that what our leader left with us? The so-called leadership should be stoned, and those following them should also be stoned, because they have done nothing and they are doing nothing, and they are going around helping themselves with this establishment. So Biafrans, wherever you are, let us wake up to the fact. Let us wake up to the truth. Because we are sleeping so much. We are so much afraid. And that will cost us a lot. If we continue to be afraid, it will cost us so much. It has cost us a lot, and it will cost us much, much more. We need to wake up. The impostor of Buhari, who has died long ago and buried in the shallow grave at Dubai, said he was going to listen to the judiciary for the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That the true judgment has to take its course. And when it came, they began to look for other things. Because they are afraid of him. They are afraid of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The zoo government is highly afraid of him. And that is why they are dilly-dallying. This is why they are playing all these pranks. And all the Biafran politicians, they have running stomachs. They are afraid of this one man, the man of God. And so you Biafrans, you should take advantage of this. Advantage of this fear of one man. And seek your freedom. So my name is Silas. I hail from Umuleke, Amiibo, in the old Olu province of Biafra land. And I am part of the Truth Bearers. And this platform is a platform for truth. Evangelizing and encouraging our people based on the messages given to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God is with him, and he is majority. And like he has said, like it or not, Biafra must come. He said, even if it is one man left, Biafra must come. Why not be part of this one man that will see Biafra? Why not be one man, also one man that will see Biafra? Leave Obi and obedience alone. For that is an illusion. It is an illusion. Do not say that if Obi does not win, somebody else will win. That is an illusion. Fight for your freedom. Freedom has no price. Freedom is fearless. Freedom does not look for an alternative. Freedom is true, and truth is one. Thank you very much.
God bless you, veteran.
We better occupy ourselves.
You have just hit one strong point, and that is a reminder. Last time I asked the question, is the Court of Appeal of the Zoological Republic of Nigeria vindicating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is it the result of the so-called 1 million march by the IPOB political solutionists to Belgium, to Brussels, Belgium, to the UN office, the city of the United Nations office? Is that the result? Or should we be expecting other results because they went there, and you reminded us they went there to lodge in hotels and to eat fish, to go and the buga. Then what is the result? What is the result? I told people, don't be emotional. The result is where we will hang our convention. So we are still asking the IPOB political solutionists under the DOS, what is the effect of their travel to the UN? And the issue concerning the UN are coming up once again. So I'm going to back up all these things with some videos. I'm going to play some videos to back up these things that we are saying. Then from there, we continue our analysis.
Thank you.
On this day, 18th of November 2022, the European Union Parliament have just received a letter with an acknowledgement copy from Aloy Ejimaka calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Here is the received copy. I'm presently at the European Union Parliament and will be leaving here. Thank you, Umu Chineke, all hail Biafra. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Free Biafra. Thank you.
Then let's go to another video.
I'll come back to you, Salibo, but let me go to you now, Mr. Ezmoha. So the issue of Nnamdi Kanu's release or no release seemed to be taking a different turn. The federal government, through the Attorney General's office, had to fight for stay of execution and, of course, other issues around that. Now, Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, now they've also gone to the Supreme Court for asking for the court to set aside the judgment and all of that. This morning on Michael Zuckerman's Twitter page, he made a statement that he tweeted that the reason why the federal government is keeping Nnamdi Kanu is because they do not want election to hold in the Southeast. That they know that if election is going to hold, that if Nnamdi Kanu continues to stay back, the people of the Southeast are going to be told to stay. They are going to use this stay-at-home order to stop them from going to vote, and that is what they are trying to do. And in essence, create more chaos in the Southeast. I don't know how reliable that information is, but he is a senior advocate of Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu's leads legal team. Looking at all of this side by side, again, truth is we're going into election, and knowing what the stay-at-home order already did to Southeasterners economically and security-wise and all of that, how safe is it for the federal government to continue to push for this without obeying the courts, the ruling of the appeal courts that discharged Nnamdi Kanu?
Honestly, I want to say that the federal government is unnecessarily heating up the system, inciting brigandry in the Southeast. And I wish, let me repeat my call last time to the federal government to please release this young man. It was the president, President Muhammad Buhari, that said one time that I think that was when the delegates from Ohanese, also credible Southeast leaders, met with him, and he told them that he was going to leave the case to take a judicial process, and whatever was the outcome, or whatever would be the outcome, according to him, that he was going to abide by it. And now here the court has discharged this young man, and the federal government that went to court that discharged them, that discharged him, went again to shop for a judgment that said that he was not going to be released or they should not release him. I think this is getting out of proportion. And I wish the federal government or anybody that is instigating this knows the level of anger that is brewing up or brewing in the young people of the Southeast over this matter. Because this is a case of trying to muzzle down the people through this process. And I mean, the anger is too much. They feel they are being treated unfairly. They feel Nnamdi Kanu is being held unjustly, unfairly. And especially after the court pronouncements, they still went ahead to hold him in the prison or DSS confinement. What was the essence of that? I believe the lawyer did what he's supposed to do because he feels or afraid that maybe his client is not being treated very well. And I back that sentiment with him. So going to Supreme Court is the right step for him to take. And what I'm asking also the Supreme Court to not to delay this process and give it expedient hearing, and give merit to where it should be given. Otherwise, what the federal government is doing is just trying to get the young boys that are following this young man into the streets to start agitating again, and that will not be right or good for the election.
All right.
And I don't think it is necessary for this young man to continue to be in the prisons.
All right, thank you.
Before or during the election.
All right.
All right. A lot of pain. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ismoha.
Places saying we want self-determination, give us Biafra. They were peaceful. They were blowing whistle, wearing berets. Until 14th of September 2017, when the Nigerian army through Operation Python Dance invaded the ancestral home of Eze Kanu, the father of Nnamdi Kanu, at Afara-Uku, Ibeku, Umuahia, in Abia State. 28 defenseless and unarmed Nigerians were killed in that bloody invasion. And Nnamdi Kanu managed to escape with the whiskers and by providence, landing in Rome and later Israel, where he swore to affidavits as regards why he had to run his dear life. So let me, President, sir, let me use this opportunity to beg you, Mr. President, sir, on my bended knees, most genuflectingly, even as our case is right now before the Supreme Court, without prejudice to the outcome, release Nnamdi Kanu immediately. It will help to bring peace and tranquility to the Southeast. It is not the other way around. We are not saying you should subvert the judicial process by doing this. You can instruct your Attorney General, who has the power under Section 174 of the Constitution, to enter a nolle proceeding, the total discontinuance, the whole case. What will bring peace to the Southeast towards 2023 is not the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, who has become a metaphor for the Igbo struggle. It is rather his immediate release to his people, and they will be happy. We have 374 ethnic groups in Nigeria, as discovered by Professor Onigu Otite, a great demographer. And of these 374 ethnic groups, we only always remember the Hausa Fulanis, the Igbos, and the Yorubas. Have always asked the question, what happened to the other 371 ethnic groups, of which I am one, a minority within a minority, from a village called Ivukwe near Agenebode, a minority in it.
There are lots of things to talk about, and we cannot continue with all of them today. So, Ofoji4, Ofala Fogwa, Obotoso Akotokwaji. Yeah, so we have listened and watched to this video. Aloy Ejimako, a member of the IPOB Legal Council, writing a letter to the UN demanding that the UN should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And this is the same UN that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went to. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had been to the UN.
It's not UN, EU.
EU, sorry, European Union. And this is exactly where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu went in June 2019, 3 years ago. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had informed them about Biafra. They are actually aware of it. And that 3 years ago had been enough to restore Biafra. Had it been they have restored Biafra, the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu going to Kenya, be broadcasting and whatever shouldn't have happened. So from my own perspective, the delay of the UN to restoring Biafra is their own contribution to the problem Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has today. And they are not doing anything to release him. There is nothing wrong about writing UN to release him. But we should not forget the issue of Nigerian government failing to obey their own law, the law they make themselves. And I have been hearing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu repeatedly say, Nigerian government does not even obey their own law. And we are seeing it, evidently. And for Ejimako to be writing to the UN, I begin to envisage that the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter is now going beyond their own capability. They have done the best they can offer. So they are now demanding assistance. And I hope that the EU will respond and positively to this. Then we hear Ozekome, one of the Legal Council members, vindicating Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and begging. They have won the Nigerian government by law, by the law of Nigerian government. And we saw them celebrating, boogering, and dancing. Yet, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the dungeon of the DSS. Now he is begging. So, Mama Patricia, what do you have to say about things happening to the issue concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Just go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we have seen it all and we've been seeing it. Just like Mazi said earlier, all that we need and needed to get our freedom, since we know the words or the adage that says freedom is not given, it is taken. We know it, we sing it, but we see that all of us are afraid to die. Only Mazi is not afraid to die. That is why death is running away from him. Because when you face your enemy squarely, you have all that, you have the good ground in your own right with everything in you. There is no way you will not defeat that Goliath. There's no way you will not send that Satan to the hell where he came out from. Because you're standing on the truth. Because you're standing on your right. Amazon has given us all this, equipped us very well for us now to march out. But what are we seeing? We all are lagging behind, afraid to face our enemies, afraid to die. Why? Because some of us, our hands are soiled. I don't know how many are involved in this treason, because this is treason against excuse me, Biafrans. I have little cold and catarrh, so that is why cough. I'm sorry about that. So I don't know how many are involved in this treacherous act against Biafran freedom. I don't know how many they are. We all know about the Britain, and we know about their zoological residency school and Janjaweed. We know. But I'm asking within our own people, how many are the ones with the spirit of Nyawood and all the saboteurs presidents? I don't know how many, and all the breeds they have with them. Those we know them. Like Asari them, Uche them, and the rest of them. But the rest that are still hiding, they are the ones putting us in this shameful state we are. When Mazu talked about getting the governors out, nobody was showing up. And yet we all many there singing Biafra. Anyone you call and give them money, they take. Mazi told us about this temptation. Still, Biafrans, we are falling cheap to it. How can people who has been advised, giving the secret to their freedom, how they will defend their enemies, still stay there and the enemies bought into their secret? How normal is this? It's really annoying and upsetting, really. What would one say? Huh? Mazi spoke here. If we don't see him under 24 hours, we should act. Mazi said it's time that every person in that entity there, from all corners, should get themselves together and have a bloody revolution and chase these thieves out of the seat. Adiole, that's what he asked. How many are they? They are just few, and the crowd are many. You want to tell me, even if they have all the armored cars and everything, and all the people rush out like sea, innumerable. Those police, they will run away. Those military men, they will run away. Those terrorists, which they are, they will run away. David had nothing, but he was able to kill the giant Goliath. All it takes is being truthful, pure, sincere. That's all it takes. But why is it not working in that way? Because they are not truthful. Those who are clamoring for freedom are not truthful. They come here to say that they have the truth. They are saying the truth. And it's all packs of lies within them. They come out here singing, we are whiter than white and whiter than snow. And they are as black as kettle. They come out here saying that they are doing Ihem more, and they are not even near to the Ihem more. They are near to the evil native doctors of how they will kill and how they will charm and how they will do one concoction or the other. How can this give us Biafra? You want to tell me if it is a Fulani man that is held, that whole village will not be set ablaze where the Fulani man was held? Are there not spirit and are there not flesh and blood? Are there spirit? Won't they die? When Mazu was around and dealt with them, did you hear their mouth? Did you see them in Biafra land? And Mazu gave all these instructions how we should do. And what are we seeing? They left him there so that they would do their fake evil election as always, because the foundation has been founded on an evil ground. It cannot stay. That house will not stay. They can feed it. They can give him give a zoological any support, life support liquid. It will not. It will not go further. But they are only wasting the lives of people that are here. So we are talking to those who are going to say they want to write. Write to who? You know very well that they don't care. They know very well that the AU or the UN or how many they are in their cities, they love what is going on. Because when this thing is going on, they are busy cutting away all that is left of them until they finally extinguish everybody there. Are we not hearing a few days ago, China has come to put their own police station in another man's land? Why? Because they have seen that there is no government, there is no law, there is no sane person there. All that is there is efulefus, intellectuals, and irredeemable. That's why you will allow a foreign person body to come to your own city, and they said there is presidency there. Even the presidencies are dead corpses walking. Is it Malami? What do they know? They copy and paste laws that they know nothing of. They cannot live by what even they copied and pasted. Because they can't read, they can't write. And when it is even interpreted to them, because they are evil, they cannot follow it. But we are assuring them, it doesn't matter how far or how long it takes. You can, all you evil indigenes of Fulani from other tribes coming in, or the politicians supporting them, you cannot do anything against the truth. You can't do anything against the truth, but you can always work on your evil. At the end, the truth will expose you and bury you, because at the end, truth wins. Keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there in pretense that this happened. When he come out, he will cause a riot. When he come out, our election will not go. Will not save you from the damnation and the destruction that is coming upon you, because he has already said it. He has already said it. That zone is no more existing. Britain knows it. AU knows it. But they are feasting on the blood of innocent people. And they think that it will go well with them, that it will continue going like this. It's only a bomb that they are laying everywhere. That bomb of atrocity will turn back and swallow them, because God is involved in this thing we are doing. That is my confidence and that is my joy. So within us, IPOB, within us, Biafra, within us, asking for freedom. And we are busy doing backyard businesses with our enemies because of little coins. All of you just watch and see how it goes. Because you have touched the apple of God's eyes. And you cannot equate your evil for anything less than destruction that is coming on your way. Thank you, Collins.
God bless you. God bless you, my Patricia. So, those with listening ears have listened to the voice of the truth. They have acknowledged the truth, and they will apply the truth in their life and in their endeavor. Then before we forge ahead, due to a point that Mama Patricia had made, and that is the issue of...
Forget about those points. Let us finish what we're doing.
Okay.
Let the point rest, not distract us.
No, it can't distract us. The issue of building of Chinese police station. Chinese police station, last time we were told it was in Edo State. But this time around, it is about...
China completed the building of the police station in Enugu State, Nigeria. This picture you are seeing right here is the Chinese police station newly built in Enugu State, Nigeria. On Monday, November 13, the new police station will be commissioned and opened by the Nigerian government and the Chinese ambassador to Abuja. So the first batch of personnel will be taken there on Tuesday, November 14. China completed the building of the police station in Enugu State, Nigeria. This picture you are seeing right here is the Chinese police station newly built in Enugu State, Nigeria. On Monday, November 13, the new police station will be commissioned and opened by the Nigerian government and the Chinese ambassador to Abuja. So the first batch of personnel will be taken there on Tuesday, November 14.
So, as we all know, it is about colonial police station. Why is it that China built their police station in Nigeria, and Nigeria does not build her own police stations in China? This is an issue we are to deliberate about. Why is it Nigeria accepts China to be building their colonial police station? Because I know certainly that it is not for the benefit of our people. And we have been hearing about new colonialism and the China coming with force to recolonize Africa. Now it is existing in Nigeria. So that is one point you are going to take, veteran. Then talk about the issue. Talk about the issue of the letter from Aloy Ejimako to the EU demanding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Michael Zekome demanding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release, specifically from Buhari, even though we know that Buhari is dead, and that is the counterfeit Buhari. But let us manage him for now, because we are interested in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. Then, how is this issue now affecting the Biafra struggle? Because this matter being taken to EU, we will be expecting EU to, that is, hearing from EU, which we do not know when. And from there, we will begin to hear about writing to UN. Then we will begin to expect hearing from UN. And this thing will be taking us to maybe to the middle of next year. So does it mean that if these people do not respond, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not be released. Why Nigerian government have been defeated with their own law. And everybody saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is innocent. Release him. Veteran, take over the microphone.
Yeah, I just don't know what to say about these issues. But all I have to say is our leader has made cases very clear. He has put things in places before he was brutally kidnapped and renditioned. He has been justified. He has been acquitted. And the dead Buhari promised the elders that he was going to listen to the law. Whatever the law says, he will do. But it is most unfortunate. And we didn't expect anything less because our leader already said it. Our leader laid everything down. He schooled us. He told us Nigeria is not a respecter of their own law. What more international law? And it's very, very clear. Our leader told us we don't go about writing, that writing is obsolete. No one can fight our battle for us. That is what our leader told us. We are the ones holding ourselves. And why are we being hypocrites? Because writing a letter to the EU or to any group for assistance means that we are really the intellectuals, which our leader said. We do not know our right from our left. We cannot distinguish them. And that is why we have to write letters. When there is no need to write letters. When there is need for action, practical action, we go writing petition. And I said it before. What would this profit us? Who is to be impressed with this crocodile funny tricks? That is, by the way, Black Africans are morons, according to our leader. We have nothing in our skulls. What we have is in our anus, not in our skulls. And so no matter how many degrees we bag, no matter how many PhDs we bag, no matter how many DDDs we bag, no matter how LLD we bag, we are still morons. We are still led by the nose. We are still puppets in the hands of our colonial masters. Because all of us put together, we are all abroad. We cannot tell the white what to do and how to do what he wants to do. In fact, when you open your mouth to tell the white here, this is how things are done, he will shun you immediately. Who are you to come from your country to tell me what to do here? That's the question they will ask you. But they will come to your country and tell you what to do. They will come to your country and place boundaries. They will come to your country and divide you into ethnic groups. They will come to your country and tell you who are the minorities and who are the majorities. Are we not fools? Are black Africans not truly fools? Are we not fools, Africans? Biafra, the zoo, are we not fools? Biafrans especially, are we not fools to continue to accept this nonsense? Mad people everywhere. We cannot be angry for once. If IPOB did not win, somebody would win. Why are we interested in Obi winning or somebody else winning? Are we part of that zoo? Is it not time we declare our stand? Is it not time we declare our stand? Why would we have one feet there and another one the other way? Why? If we are not simply animals. Why are we afraid of death? When your leader is not afraid of death, when your leader has embraced death, when your leader, even before the dead Buhari, called him a madman before his face, and he's still calling them, they are all madmen, even in the DSS dungeon, and you are outside, afraid, fearful. Fear have melted us all, and so we cannot resist. No wonder they said the elite has caged us all. They have taken away our dignity because we are miserable. We are wretched animals. So we cannot come together. Once I said, thanks to Simon Ekpa, I will say it. It's not that I am praising Simon Ekpa or I'm giving kudos to Simon Ekpa, because were it not for what he did, whether by crook, by design, by implication, I don't know where we would have been. Because those who claim to be leaders of IPOB are sellouts. They are animals of the highest order. They are all collaborators of evil. Collaborators with the politics and the so-called political leaders of Biafra and the so-called elders of Biafra. Is it not clear to all of us Biafrans? Is it not clear to you, even their so-called rats, media warriors? Is it not clear? Why are you still supporting evil? Our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, fought with the Yoruba Gota media because they support evil. And you claim you are IPOB, media warriors, and you are worse than Yoruba Gota media. Are you not ashamed? Can't you be ashamed for once? Can't you be ashamed? Miserable, wretched fools. Can't you be ashamed? You forbid the truth. Yet you claim that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is your leader. What a contradiction. That your leader, who condemned the Yoruba Gota media, is the person you are serving, and you are behaving the way you are behaving. Methuselah and co. China Sanworu, What a corrupt minds we are. What a corrupt minds we are. Forming ESN police. I thought you, Chike Doziem, said you will place CCTS all over Biafra land. You said no more Nigerian national anthem. It is a Biafran national anthem in all the schools. Biafran flags are to be raised from our schools. All the cows of the houses will no more sell. Chike Doziem, how have you implemented these things? You quickly implement the political solution. Chike Doziem, you said you had no power to sack any person that was brought in by our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And so you had no power to sack Nneanya. But you had power to sack almost 80% of IPOB members and Biafrans. Because they do not bow down before you. This is the only thing you needed, you wanted. Command and control. Every person must eat the shit and the dunks from your anus. That is what you wanted. And this is why you have not done any meaningful thing since our leader was brutally kidnapped and renditioned to Nigeria, which you are part of. I stand open to say you are part of it, because by their fruits you will know them. Because by your attitudes, we can always infer and deduce. For 8 days, you did not hear from your direct boss. And you are not ashamed even to come out publicly to say you did not hear. And when you heard, you began to act miserably. And until today, nothing meaningful has been done. Our leader is still in the dungeon. The Biafran movement is being scattered, being divided into million parts. And you are not ashamed. And you still call yourself a freedom fighter, an ununited freedom fighter, a lone freedom fighter, a destroyer of what the man of God has laid down. Biafra must come, our leader said, and we believe that strongly. I am confident. Biafra must come, with or without Chike Doziem, with or without Chinasa Nworu. Biafra must come. Our leader said the corruption of the zoo on Eshuchi. And you can see, I said it last time, it was in the papers, in the news, that Abacha's wife said that no matter how rich Dangote is, he cannot be as rich as her, because the fund was looted and overlooted. And so every politician going into that office is going for looting and not for anything good for the country. And yet you people who do not know, you do not want to know, and you still continue following them. South Africa made a jest of them and continue to make jest of them, because the money looted will feed 38 nations. And yet the citizens are wretched and poor. They cannot even have food to eat. The zoo is turning all the zoo kingdom into alamajiris and babialas. And you are there following Obi. And our leader have asked you, what of the Niger Bridge? What of the cleansing of Ogoni? How many people from the south has led the zoo? What is the evidence in the south? Was Goodluck not there? Was Obasanjo not there? Was Aguiyi not there? How many have been there? And how do you think Obi Kererenke, who is a stooge, who is a puppet of the colonialists, who has gone to sign that document of perpetual slavery with Britain, he is coming to give you new Nigeria. I've challenged Obi, destroy, because before you build a new something, you have to destroy the old one. You cannot add a new wine into an old wine skin. It is not proper. It is not done anywhere. You have been to Europe. If a bridge collapses, they fortify it anew. They begin afresh. Raise down the bridge and give it a new touch. You have to raise down Nigeria, which you belong to, because we are not Nigerians. And this is why we can never support you. And anybody supporting you is a fool. He's a demon. He's a devil. He does not know the meaning of freedom. He does not know the meaning of liberty. He does not know that Biafra is freedom. Biafra is liberty. Biafra is the truth. And Biafra is a place where we worship. And Biafra is a spirit. And Biafra is an ideology. Any person following you saying, if you did not win, somebody else will win, he's a fool, he's an idiot. His head does not work. He's reasoning through the anus. Because if he knows what freedom is, he will stand by that freedom and let go this rubbish of the zoo. And they are still keeping our leader there. Because I said before, they are only afraid of him. He is the only person the zoo fears. And they have said it openly. And I challenge you again, please, Biafrans, please, rally around this man, the lion of the tribe of Biafra. Rally around him. Forget about every other distraction. Get Biafra, and Biafra is the only solution you have to all your problems. Biafra is the only solution you have to the African problem. We don't have to be puppets to colonial masters. They use us to destroy ourselves. And we see it with our naked eyes. And we continue to dance to their tune. Why? Even in this century, we still dance to the tune of colonial masters who do not want anything good for us, who continue to see us as baboons, as uncivilized, as people who cannot decide, as people who cannot take their stand. And you cannot for once say, no, I know my right. I stand for freedom, and freedom, in freedom I will die. Why can't we do that? Why can't we do that? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego said we will not worship the God of Nebuchadnezzar, because we know who we serve. And even if he does not answer us, we will not worship. Why can't we stand on our ground and say we will not be part of Nigeria, whether even if we are all killed? We stand on Biafra. We stand on freedom. We stand on liberty, so that the light will shine. Our leader made this very clear. He has said it even in the clip, the message we had. Why are we still dangling empty testicles? Why are we still spirogyrus? Why, Biafrans? Why, Biafrans? Our leader even treated us well by saying we are special people. Why not accept this challenge? Why? Why are you following people who are fighting what is proper to be done? Our leader said, whatever any person can do to bring us Biafra, let him do it as long as it is positive. Just like Jesus himself told his disciples when they drew his attention to some other people who are doing some other things. And he said, oh, hold it. As long as they are not going against us, they are with us. Let them do what they are doing. Why would these fools who call themselves members of the DOS, why would Chinasawaru, why would Chike Dozem and Methuselah and the European rep, how many are you? Why would you continue to fight against the people who are doing the best they can to get Biafra? Why can't you unite? Why can't you come together when you have nothing to offer? Our leader, who is supposed to be your leader, your boss, have always challenged me and you to come with our superior arguments. You people have no argument, whatever, what more superior ones. And that is why you are afraid and dancing about with the politicians and looking for political posts. Chukwu okike abịama. Chukwu okike abịama, who has given our master, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this assignment, will destroy all of you if you continue to sabotage his effort, because you are the clear saboteurs. You are the clear saboteurs of this movement. Put me anywhere. It is deducible. It is inferable. And you go about conniving with the lawyers and all of them to say, you are doing, what are you doing? What are you doing? Even our lawyers, who are supposed to be learned gentlemen, that is what you are called. What you are interested in is in taking titles and, you know, claiming victory. When your client is still there. I wonder how many international lawyers you can face in any case. Please, zoo, Zoo, I want to tell you, the zoo government, no matter how you think you keep that young man there, your case will be worse than that of Pharaoh. Because God, has his ways of doing things. This is another history repeating itself. Hardening your heart so that you will be destroyed. And the history will tell of you. Biafrans, true Biafrans, remnants, special people, rise up. Rise up and be sad and be angry. And take your freedom, because freedom is not given, it is taken. Do not continue with the excuse of, you are there. Why not come back home? You have to be gingered. You have to be encouraged. You have to be moved to action. Britain today can no longer close our chapter that way, like they did during the war, when they painted us black everywhere in the world. Today, we have the media all over the place. And the world is hearing us, even though the whole world is in this conspiracy of not allowing Biafra to come up. Because they are afraid. Just like Harold Wilson was afraid during the war, during our war. He said, we are not going to allow Biafrans to go because we do not know what they are going to do with Russia and the other world powers. They are afraid because they know our capability, that we are special people. And when we get our freedom, we will be like our brothers, Israel. Dear friends, please, let us realize this dream. And may God bless you all. Thank you very much for listening.
God bless you. God bless you. Really good veteran. That has been a very wonderful one. It has been a very wonderful one. So we are preparing to round up today's program. And we have to summarize. So summarily, veteran, you are to go again, while Mama Patricia will come last, and they will end the program together. Veteran, we have 3 remaining points which you are going to narrate about just within 3 minutes. And I will signal when the 3 minutes or 4 minutes will be up to. They've said, wrong tier Nigerian economy. There is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu call wrong tier economy. And he gives example by exporting crude oil to import every other thing. They export crude oil. They do not produce anything. This is a natural produce, a natural potential. They export it, selling it to import every other thing. Meaning that apart from that, they do not produce anything to market to the world. Rather, the whole world markets to Nigeria, while they are claiming that the economy is growing. And he said Buhari is talking like a Okonjo-Iweala, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. So all these news we have been hearing about Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, all this one have been fallacy. That she read economy, she knows it. You know how Nigerians talk, boasting all these things. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's message has come to, if Okonjo-Iweala is talking about the growth of Nigerian economy, in which way? In which factor? Is it in industrialization? In what way? By selling crude oil to buy every other thing from outside. How possible can that be? So we have been lied to. The second point, Ghana has taken over Nigeria in exporting agricultural produce. Formerly, when I was in the school, during my school days, we were being taught that Nigeria economy is based on the exportation of cash crops. That is marketing agricultural produce. Now Ghana has taken over in selling all those things to the world. So Nigeria own is stock. And we are no more great in farming. So we only buy food to eat. We do not produce. It is the little. Only few people produce. And we are claiming that the economy is booming. Why it is a lie. Only to maintain the relevance of the Nigerian government, the contraption called Nigeria. Then the last point, can Nigeria economic grow by looting and dumping the loot abroad? That is the way Nigerian government grow their economy. That is the way they claim to be growing their economy. Only by looting, then dumping the loot abroad. So he made mention of all those things. So veteran, take over the stage, talk about it. When your 3 to 4 minutes is up to, I will signal you. Go ahead.
Thank you once more. Thank you. Of course, the zoo at one time has been described as a dumping ground. A dumping ground. When we were young, we saw a lot of agricultural produce. We were number one in groundnut producing. Internationally, number one. We were number one in palm oil and the palm kernel. We were number one in cocoa and rubber. We had all this even before the discovery of oil in our lands. But Britain had to destroy this by making us believe that the crude oil is just the only thing, the only gateway. And hiring the Fulanis, they had to disarm us. Rather than our people going to agriculture, they go into white-collar jobs. They go into puppeting. They went to school to study English so that they can interpret, so that they can serve their masters, the colonialists. And so most of us disdained agriculture. They made us disdain agriculture. That any person going into agriculture is a pauper, a wretch. But over here where we are, those of them that are in agricultural sector, they have their subventions. Whatever machinery they want to get, they will get it and pay slowly. But our own, they allowed it to fizzle out by making it completely Negro work. They are Negro. Negroes can do it with their skin. They work more and they earn less. What you pay $100 in US, you come to the zoo, you pay maybe less than $1. And why would the economy grow? How can the economy grow when we depend only on a product, and a product that is looted by the colonialists? They loot it. They come with their vessels and carry them away before our eyes, in agreement with those who call themselves the elite of the country. They come and loot it, making even the indigents of the area where these things are being taken more and more and more poor, because their land are just destroyed. Their water is destroyed. They live like animals. They live in swamps. You can see it a few days ago, the experiences over there. Ogoni is filthy. They cannot even produce what they usually produce. And yet we say we are growing economically. How can we grow economically when Malaysia came to us and took away the palm, our palm seeds, and now they are ranking #1 or #2? When Ghana, who was used to destroy Biafra, because they always use the blacks to destroy the blacks, as they are using Obi Kererenke now to cage you, to enslave you, to make you a perpetual slave because of his ambition, because of his selfish ambition. Because this is what the black man has, selfish ambition. So how can we grow when there are no subventions, when people will not be assisted to exploit their talents? And yet you say you are growing. This was what happened when Gawan had to say in the dailies that we have so much money that we do not know what to do with the money again. That is our fast economy. That is how our economy grows. When we cannot invest our economy, when we have no way of investing, rather we cut it away. We carry them. We share the cake and go to the foreign land to invest it, buy land, and give our children the best cars to kill themselves. Even Abuja has been turned into a car racing center of the politicians' children, the children of the Fulani elite. This is the growth. Economy is growing. The growth of economy that does not reflect anywhere, does not reflect in roads, does not reflect in schools, does not reflect in hospitals, does not reflect in light, does not reflect in water, does not reflect in hospitals, in health. All these areas are neglected. Yet we have a growing economy. A growing economy, indeed, because the rogues who call themselves politicians, the rogues are eating fat. They are carrying them away. They even go and borrow. Imagine our economy is growing, and yet we run to China every day, and yet we run to EU every day, and yet we run to America every day. Hey, we are dying. Borrow us this, borrow us that, and they give you, and you come and share them and go back to them to dump it. It's a fast-growing economy indeed. It is a very sad event when we hear people talk about growing economy in the zoo. You begin to wonder what it meant. Going to the east, you have only one bridge, one Niger bridge. Now we are coming to the season, and people will sleep there for 7 days. You know, my brothers, there is no need of talking. And look at the police, the army, the navy that is sent to kill his people. They will be there. Every meter is a checkpoint. Army will be in this checkpoint. In the next 1 meter, there will be navy. In the next 1 meter, there will be police. In the next 1 meter, there will be custom. And so they do it. And the citizens pay them their salary, rather than taking the salary from those who sent them to go and kill the innocent citizens. They don't pay them. They come and vent their angers on poor masses, on poor people who have nothing. If they don't give them that money, they even kill them there, shoot them. Is this not madness? Is this not madness? The military, the police, the army, whoever you are, is this not madness? Rather than turn against the people who are making you to suffer, who are denying you your right, you turn to harmless citizens. You vent your anger on them. And that is a growing economy for you. My brothers, my dear lovely Biafrans, we have a lot to say. But we're in Irono, Gwezono. Hear what the Spirit is telling you, and better take a stand. A stand for your life, for your freedom, for your progress, for your dignity. Do not allow yourself to be miserable animals, because this is what the elite said. They have turned us to miserable animals. We are only good for hell. Come together, unite, and take what is due to you. That is the only thing. As long as you do not unite, the so-called elite will be celebrating. May God bless all of us.
God bless you, veteran. God bless you for letting Biafrans. The work you are doing, many youths cannot do it. Many youths are the people supporting the Nigerian politicians who are enslaving us in the favor of the foreign colonists. While you, as their father, is here doing the work of liberating them, and God is really in control. For this reason, God will reward you according to your doings. And it is a shame to those youths who are still talking about one Nigeria after having been hearing all of this gospel. Mama Patricia, so you are to take the stage now. We are rounding up. Just talk about the issue of Nigerian economy. Can Nigerian economy grow by looting and dumping the loot abroad? Ghana has taken over Nigeria in exporting agricultural produce. Then Nigerian wrong tier Nigerian economy by exporting only crude oil while importing every other thing. Talk about them, then talk more on the disadvantage of the Chinese police stations in Nigeria. Now it has been stationed in Enugu. Then after that, present your memory verse of the day. Go ahead, Ma Patricia.
Yeah, thank you. Let me take it from the last point you mentioned, Chinese taking, building their whatever station in Nigeria. That issue there, for me, I don't think it should concern us so much because we are Biafrans. And Biafra freedom, we are really fighting to get, as God has sent our leader to come and proclaim that. The remnants, the few true Biafrans, will get the Biafra that God has given. As for the Chinese, whether they're in the Nigeria or they have built in Biafra, as we have had at Enugu or somewhere, when the people of the land gets up, the foreigners must leave. The reason why they are still there is because the people of the land, as Mazi said, they are sleeping, or they are foolish, or they don't know what they need. That is just that. If they prefer to sell off everything in them, it's up to us. If we, Biafrans, all that we have gone through, all the truth Mazi have revealed, and we, Biafrans, because of a little porridge of yam that will only last for a little while, and we decide to sell it off, the situation of Cain will be much, much better than ours. Just like Mazi told the zoological, that by the time he finishes with them, that Somalia will be heaven compared to Nigeria. And that is just what it is. Which economy is growing? Is it the economy of looting? We saw last time the trailer. This is just the one we saw, but maybe we saw it by accident. Millions like this has been going out. Ever since British colluded with Nigeria to steal everything in that land, including human organ, with their Chinese counterpart. What is left again? Mazi have explained everything. That the only viable thing still going is because the people of that place, I mean the Nigerians and the Biafrans or the Yorubas that are living outside, are sending money home for their people. That is why it's still moving. If not, there is no economy. How can Nigeria give one man, a Fulani man, Dangote, with all his importation of rice, cement, this, that, yet they have no economy? They have cows. Their counterparts in all the world are producing milk. Which one are they producing? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Carrying cows like mad as they are, evil as they are, combing from one corner to another. No wonder when God asked the Satan, where are you coming from? He said he's coming from jumping up and down from here to there because he has no place. These vagabonds that keep walking from one nation to another. When they go here, they chase them out. They continue living in the desert. So what can they produce? Nothing. They can produce nothing. So which economy are they producing? If not that they have only the economy of stealing, cutting money out, developing other countries, stealing money, looting. Their corruption is really stinking. It's stinking. Sometimes I ask, why are we still here? Must you ask this question sometimes? So what are we doing here? Hurry up, my people. Let's live out of this. Let's live out of this before it collapses. And we were delaying. We were delaying. We wanted to eat porridge. We want to build a house. Build it. Put only for us. One person will come and build, take a large sum of land, both his and others. Build, wall it, put a plant, put this, put to Getiman. Who is Getiman? Fulani. And he goes somewhere to stay. You can't come to that house to stay. You can't come there to live. Nothing. Cutting off the money. Where have they? What has that money profited them with? Nothing. Is that not the money we saw rotting in the trailer? 40 feet. Rotting, and that is just one person's own. Imagine all the thieves, because all of them there are children of the devil. Their work, their mission is to steal and destroy. This is one person. What about the rest of them? So which economy is growing? No economy. The only economy growing every day is the economy of killing, corruption, kidnapping, stealing, corruption, kidnapping, raping. That is the economy growing very fast, because that is exactly the company that the British set up there, that these ones will be growing very, very fast. There's no any economy or business in the whole world that can match up with the rate these abominable atrocities of the corruption of the zoological with the British government. There is no economy that grows so fast. Like this economy of organ harvesting that they and the Chinese are doing. And now they have come there now to do it perfectly well. There is no economy that goes well than this corruption that we are seeing. This corruption of just destroying everywhere. People cannot move from one side to another without them being kidnapped and killed, massacred for nothing. And Malami, with British government and the America and the rest of the EU, these things, they planned it. There is a script they are writing. They want to just clear everywhere and come and stay because their own land cannot sustain them anymore. Chinese land, they cannot contain them. Neither is Britain. Now they are suffering of gas, heating gas. Russia government cannot give them anymore. So as long as they can get everything out, or rather come there and stay in Africa, it's better for them. So when the Africans, this OG refuse to get some sense in them and allow these servants of the white people that are presiding to rule and govern and become presidents, as long as we allow them to be, both from Yoruba side, both from Middle Belt, both from Biafra, or even Hausa. Mazi have done his job. He has finished it. He has finished all he needs to be done. The rest is left for those who want freedom to get up and do it. But if they prefer to be eating with the devil, like we see among us, from east to west, south to north, in our own land, they will come out. We are going to put police vigilantes. They are going to check from the one we hear from the other end, autopiloters. None of what they said they would do, we have seen it being done. I don't know what they are doing. Because only Mazi, when Mazi was around, this evil we are seeing now wasn't existing. Evil was running away from Mazi. ESN were up and doing, both in the bush, anywhere, in every nook and corner. Poor people that are dying of hunger, which the zoo and the British purposely made it so. They want to bring back that food shortage, food blockade, so that people will die of kwashiorkor. So that is what is going on. When Mazi was around, was this thing going on? No. Because you give them what they give, everybody knows where he is, and everybody goes to their land. Now what is happening? No more feeding of these poor people or giving them any food to help them. Because everywhere is closed up. People are dying. And what is the leadership doing with their lawyers and their political leaders? They come on the media and be talking. Yet they said the authority was given to them. The office is given to them. And Mazi that gave you people the office also gave you people what to do. And people are dying. Evil people are just killing, and they're allowing their people to be killed while their enemies are protecting their own criminals. Their own criminals. And our own people, instead of going to kill the enemies, even though they are criminals, go and kill the criminals outside, not the ones in your house. First of all, kill your enemy. Then you come home and kill your own. We are not saying you should save the enemies in our land. Every time, just like Mazi said, that reminded me of something. We are not going to eat cows again. Is it not cows they are using to do this? Since their Easter and the Christmas coming, it's still the same Hausa cows. Poisoned Hausa cows. Foods in the market are poisoned by them. What are they doing? Is it to go and do rally? When they say rally is no money there. Now you have come back to do rally. I don't understand where I will put them. So there's no economy going. The only economy still remaining is this, the one Mazi said, people outside sending money home. And by December, as they said, they will still change the money to still make everything come to the ground zero. Rubbish. That's what they want to do. So let them carry on. Everything is going, every one of us, everyone. There's no escape. Not even for the presidency. Not even for the politicians. Not even for the layman in the land that refuse to avoid this evil Soludo political men and women everywhere, or even IPOB. They are going anywhere you see them. There are millions following them because they want to what? They want to help, right? And for them, IPOB has turned from being who he is to an angel. He has turned a person that if IPOB loves you people, if Soludo and the politicians loves you people, they would have backed Mazi. Even those in America, that Mazi went to them severally. If they love their people and love Mazi and know he was saying the truth and want to stand on the truth, they would have backed him up. They didn't want to because they love their evil deeds, which they are doing. Now, Mazi has, God has said, my son, come and rest a little while here, so that they will eat what they have cooked for themselves. But if they will repent, if we, Biafrans, the remaining will repent, even those saying that they are the one having the authority, they are the one having this, it doesn't matter what you say you have. So long as you stand on the truth, if you know the secret whereby we'll be free, Mazi will praise you. But let us not stay there and be deceiving ourselves from one angle to another, fighting ourselves, lying against ourselves, and the enemy is there doing the worst that they can do because that's what they love. So I'm speaking both to the autopiloters, speaking to the DOS, speaking to any other group, because I think these are the two groups remaining, or individuals that come out or jump out to come and talk. Let's align ourselves to what Mazi said. Let's wake our people up. Let's drop every evil we are doing and do the right thing. Because the Fulanis are not more than us. Neither are they stronger than us. And God is not with them anyway. Thank you. Now let's go to our memory verse, please. Our memory verse today is taken from 1 Timothy 1, from verses 9 to 12. Please, Collins, you read. Thank you so much.
Where?
1 Timothy
1.
chapter
1 Timothy 1, 9 to 12.
Yes, I read. Understanding the fact that law is not enacted for the righteous person, the one in right standing with God, but for lawless and rebellious people, for the ungodly and sinful, for the irreverent and profane, for those who kill their fathers or mothers, for murderers, for sexual immoral persons, for homosexuals, for kidnappers and slave traders, for liars, for perjurers, and for whatever else is contrary to sound doctrine, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, with which I have been entrusted. I thank Christ Jesus our Lord, who has granted me the needed strength and made me able for this, because he considered me faithful and trustworthy, putting me into service for this ministry.
Thank you, Collins, for the reading. Biafrans, as we all know, this is our Sunday school lesson for the week. And we know we always take our words, our stand, our moral teachings from the word of God, which Mazi does as well. And we can only stand on the truth. We can only stand on this living word, this sword, this fire, this purifier. That is the word of God. And when we use it and use it rightly, with faith in our hearts, it does so much work. So today, just like our leader have taught us from the Torah, we have just seen it that Mazi, if we read from verses 11, this one is referring to our able leader. It's him. We put him in this place speaking. That according to the power Chukwu Okike Abiama has given to him, and according to the mission God has given to him, he has been able to teach us, Biafra, teach us every good doctrine, every good living, every good sense that will make us to be free and be blessed. Is that not so? Is he not the one that told us what we should do so that Biafra will come? He listed it out. That if we want Biafra, we should be pure. We should remove ourselves from evil or from anything Odechi and so on and so forth. We should be passionate. We should care for one another. We should remove ourselves from gambling and lying. He said all these things. That if we do this, then we know that God will hear us and Biafra will come. But if we don't have this, that we are wasting our time because God is righteous. So he has done what he's supposed to do according to what God has given to him in this gospel of redemption. Putting everything together, putting everything in order, and he did his work until now. So we can attest to that. So Biafrans, you have nothing to say concerning the ministry of Mazi to liberate Biafra, humanity, and black race. And what he said we should know, all the secrets hidden, which he has revealed, we can go back and review it and then use it to work now. Because none of his word has fallen to the ground. But he's over there in the dungeon, still a winner, a victorious warrior, thanking God for enabling him to do this great feat. In a short time, a single man has been able to destroy the zoo, internationally and locally, and has been able to put Britain and the rest of the countries under foot, in shame, because they are all shaking. But now let me go to verses 9 and 10. This is to the zoological presidencies. This is to the zoological Malami. This is to as many that are still trying to give life support to that zoological, thinking that by trying to shut Mazi up so that they can do the election, thereby going against even the written law that they have copied and pasted, that they have blown out and said, we want to go by law, as they are dead, as the impostor of Buhari said, that he's not going to say anything about Mazi release. When Amechi, the late Amechi now, the elderly man spoke to him. He said he wants to stand and do what the court said, what the law said, what the judges said. Now the judges have said that Mazi is free and should be acquitted, that he did no wrong. And did they follow it? No. Why? Let's know the reason why here. The law they think they are making for Mazi, actually, Nigeria is no lawmaker. They have none. They are lawless. The law they copied and pasted, which they are not following, was actually meant for them. But because they are illiterate, they are intellectuals, they were not able to, they will not even know. They won't know because they're illiterate. Their minds are blind, their brains are dead. So verse 9 tells us here, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man. Malami, president of the zoological entity, following your Britain command, all of you in the pedestal of power, the law that you people have copied and pasted was not made for Mazi, because Mazi is a righteous man. But for the lawless and the disobedient, which you people are, your law that you made is for you. Mazi have no case, no law to attend against him. He's above your law because it wasn't meant for him. You don't make a law for a righteous man. You make a law for men animals that have no brain, which you people are, Malami. You are lawless and you're disobedient because you're not obeying your own law you copied and pasted. For the ungodly and for sinners. Is that not what you all are? Malami and his Fulani Janjaweed entity. For the unholy and profane people. For murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers. Are you people not going to be killing cities and villages, shooting them, killing mothers, ripping off their stomachs, taking out their babies? Are you not killing mothers and fathers, youths, for manslayers, for warmongers, for them that defile themselves? You know, people that are corrupt. You keep stealing, like Mazen have mentioned, that the stealing that goes on in that country will feed 38 countries. This law was meant for men stealers, those that have been harvesting, killing people and harvesting the organs. For the liars, like the presidency said, you want to follow the law. You announce to your Nigerians concerning Mazi. And when the same issue came out, you lied. You've been lying from the time that Nigeria was set up. Lying has been the foundation of that place. That's why it will not stand. Even the law made for you people to learn something out of it. You have not learned nothing. For perjured persons, yeah. And if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine. So what we are saying in effect, these laws that they are trying to uphold, claiming that they have law, they have judiciary, they have this, they have lawyers, they have all that will guide a nation pretentiously. It is actually meant for them, not for Mazi, not for people who know the right thing, whose conscience and heart are pure, who wants to live by the fear of God and live a healthy, decent life, freedom life. This law is not meant for them because they are not the ones stealing men and women, kidnapping them, asking them for ransom. It's for you Fulanis. It's for you politicians that have been stealing and killing. This law is for you people, not from us. So you better leave an innocent, righteous man to go out of your griefs and occupy yourself with your law and see if you can learn and live by it. Because in the first place, it's not meant for anybody that fears God. Mazi fears God. Therefore, that law you people have there in your judiciary, keeping him there, you are getting it all wrong from the start till the end. And because of that, you have already heaped more coals of fire upon yourself. You're only dancing the dance of the dead a little time. You will not see the ground to dance again because God is marking his time. Thank you, Biafrans. And have it in mind, if you are part of any of these things listed in today's verse or in today's reading, if you are disobedient and a liar and you steal and you kill and you do all these things mentioned, the law is for you. So that you start following the law and stop those things before you are caught up and punished. But if you are standing on the right, doing the right thing, these laws are not for you because already you keep the right things. Thank you until next week. All we need is the release of Mazi unconditionally because he has been acquitted already. And we want to tell those who are still running around, writing letters, running around, begging the presidency. It's not something you should beg him. It's Mazi's right even override. They have kidnapped him. They are against the law, their own law. We are asking them, Malami and co, the politicians and the governors in Biafra land, the IPOB leadership and everyone involved in this, to obey your law meant for you, not for Mazi, and let him go out of that place before your doom will fall on you without mercy. Thank you, Biafrans. Till next Sunday. May the Lord be with us.
May God bless you, Mama Patricia. So you have been hearing about the solid message, and there are 2 points you hit lastly. So say the political solutionists and IPOB don't fulfill their promises to Biafrans, and that is true. And Veteran has just made mention of many. Cows still moving in Biafra land. We are promised in April that there will no more be movements of cows in Biafra land. Then the Biafra national anthems are not being sung in all of the schools in Biafra land. Nigerian flags are still hanged up all over Biafra land. So all these are being just to hold Biafrans ransom. Autopiloters in their own making many promises and having not been accomplished anyone. Then we are waiting for them. Days are counting. 100 and something days to Biafra. Days are counting, and that 100 and something days will definitely arrive. Highest, it is that 100 and something days, the remaining days, just about 106, 105 days. They are less than 4 months. So we are now expecting the autopiloters to restore Biafra in the next 4 months. The failure to do that will expose more of their hypocrisy and incompetency. But if they actually do it, I will be the first person to give them accolade, and I will come to praise them, and I will increase my respect to them. So Biafrans, we are about to leave. Mama Patricia, are you available? So may we together wave to Biafrans, telling Biafrans goodbye until we meet again.
Good night.
Say bye to Biafrans. So until we meet again.
Guide your loins and be forward to our duty. Thank you.
Stay well until we meet again. May God bless you.
Bye, Biafrans. Bye, bye, bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
Until we meet again on Sunday, please do the needful.
Yes.